Use my cough as the. Are you making fun of my illness? Huh?
You sounded like an animal. You sounded like a DJ sound, like a DJ transition sound. Wow, where are they gonna be this episode?
Look at this guy.
Where is this episode gonna be located?
Wow. So,
don't say where we are.
Where we are is we're at the round table.
Yeah.
The first round table discussion.
Why are you yelling, bro?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
We're in a very
oh my God.
The first round table discussion of the Ataraxy Podcast.
It's actually
Neo the Ataraxy Podcast.
And you're lucky it's with the Prime Minister. President, my bad.
President?
We're gonna get to that. Yeah. But really, quick warning. We're in a very empty room, so you're gonna hear my voice bounce off the walls a lot, because that's how physics works. Yeah. This ain't my voice, because I'm self-centered. Our voices will bounce off the walls a lot. This nigga Mike just fell. Mic drop.
Who's Mike?
Mic drop. Fix it. Fix it, boy. Boy.
Outsourcing this stuff to other people.
Boy.
You never learn.
Boy. This is episode 32. Is it?
It's 33.
No, it's 30.
Just kidding.
Yo, you actually confused me there. 32. How many months is that?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, okay.
We'll do it later.
Introduce yourself, brother.
So
introduce your
just
okay.
So
actually
introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself, brother.
I'm gonna introduce myself as Justin Trudeau, but underneath that, my name is Fritz.
Fritz, okay.
Yeah.
How many layers underneath?
There's a lot of layers. There's a lot of layers to unpack. We have a lot of time to do that.
We're recording this August.
August.
You wish it was August.
I'm so in the
Halloween.
future. I was thinking
Summer
August
vibes.
2020.
You're feeling the summer already, huh?
Yeah, I was thinking 2020.
It's Neo Halloween.
Yeah, I constantly have to bring myself back into the present because I'm so in the future. But explain this, whatever's going. For people who can't see too clearly, this nigga got he's basically dressed as Justin Trudeau. It's October 30th, so tomorrow's Halloween. So I guess that's your Halloween costume?
Yeah.
Okay, but you said there's a reason why.
Yeah.
Guessing blackface has something.
Where do I even start? Okay. So the reason why I'm in this costume is because of the whole blackface issue that has sprung up in Canada. And this whole issue really became big during the election cycle. And after Justin Trudeau apologized, so a lot of people just let it die down. But if you're aware of what was going on, you look at, let's say, the comments or on social media or even on the news, a lot of people were saying, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It's not this, it's not that. He's already apologized. Just get over it, and all this stuff. And it just doesn't sit well with me, to be honest. And for me, I'm in this costume not as a way to make fun of, not to poke at Justin Trudeau specifically, but he's the person that everyone knows the situation right now. So he's the outlet for the message that I'm trying to send. And the core of the message is that behind every blackface is a black man, a black woman, a black child, a black person, whatever pronoun you are, a black person. You are behind that paint. I'm the face behind the paint. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to show with this, with this costume. And that's what I mean by it's multi-layered. If you look at me, you're oh, this guy's probably a conservative, doesn't like Trudeau. But it's not about politics. It's about humanity. This is a human issue. And what I saw was that most people don't know anything about blackfacing. They don't understand the history. They don't understand why it's significant. And one of the things that I landed on was that it's because a lot of people can't empathize with it. They can't relate to why it's so significant because first off, it doesn't necessarily look like every old black person. So it's why are you getting worked up for, you know?
Yeah.
But behind all of that, there's a lot of subconscious.
Yeah.
There's a lot of subconscious reading into it. I don't even know where to begin. So there's a historical context, and then there's the situation that we have today. Where would you guys like me to begin? That's the question.
Start with the history, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So blackfacing is something that began in the United States, some years before the onset of the American Civil War during the what's it called? I'm blanking on it. So it started in this period where people would dress up in costumes and make caricatures of
Minstrel
black people.
shows, right?
Minstrel show. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And a lot of people don't know this, but it actually started as a way to like if you go to where it actually started, it began in northern United States, the free part of the states.
Yeah.
They would put in white people who would cover themselves in black, like color.
Yeah.
They'll have like tattered outfits, like afros, like big. They'll have big lips, like I don't know what the hell
They left they would leave a space. They wouldn't even like paint in anything.
Yeah.
They would just leave a big space around the lips to make it seem like their lips were bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would have giant feet and things like that.
Yeah.
And some of the shows.
Funny times.
Oh yeah. Yeah, great times. And some of the shows, what you'd see is that they would actually have a comparison, like a conflict between the southern niggers and the northern niggers. And the southern niggers were portrayed as lazy, they don't do anything, like useless, like good for nothing. And the northern ones, they had more like ugly clothing, and they had very ugly features.
Yeah.
Like quote unquote ugly features.
Yeah.
And when you compare the two, like the northern one was better dressed than the southern one. So it's kind of like our niggers are better than their niggers in the South. Like ours.
Still the conflict.
Exactly. And it's pretty fucked up. So, and what this does actually is that, like, when you look at putting both black people against each other, like,
Yeah.
what it does is that it invigorates the people in the North to say, hey, like, we need to like show them better, Aside from it being funny.
We need to show that we're better than them.
Exactly.
Sort of thing.
Exactly.
Creates competition.
Exactly. And that's what really began as a mockery of the South, but under that was us. We were at the center of it.
Yeah.
We're at the centerpiece of it.
It was I learned about it in music class. It's a big part, like the whole blackface thing plays a big role in music because, and it's funny, it's like popular music, like minstrels, where it's a big part of where music got developed.
Yeah,
which is very funny because like black people run music right now.
Yeah, even jazz, that's where it became cool.
Yeah. So like for minstrels, it was mainly a music thing, and it was like the music played there. We studied because that was popular music at the time. That was like mainstream music. And then they just played the shows because they never had anything for people to listen to. So you'd have to go to the theater to go see the show. And then the music is what we studied, but the context was like they played black characters because like slavery was a normal thing. Like black people weren't seen as people.
Yeah.
They weren't people until a certain amount of time when they declared them as people. They signed a paper that said that they were people. It's like, yeah. So now you have rights and you're a fucking human being.
Yeah.
So until then, it was like no different than using a dog, like portraying a dog in a thing. It was like
we're subhuman.
Basically.
Yeah, exactly. And
history, bro.
On top of that, if you compare the North and the South as well, when they had this comparison between the black people going on, these shows were so popular. They became so popular in the States that it actually began to spread to Canada as well. And before I continue with that, I just want to say that, don't you guys find it so ironic that they were calling the Southern slaves lazy when we're the ones who built the White House? We're the ones who worked the plantations. We're the ones who are doing all the hard work.
That's why like black people have, at least from speaking from my point of view, have like great work ethic. Like we're pretty, like we're like, bro, like my mom, like fucking, like mean, like she work, like she knows how to work. But I don't know, like it's just name calling. It's just, you don't see them as, it's the same. It was like northern people trying to like clown like southern people. So of course they're gonna come up with random shit. Yeah. Your slaves aren't as good as ours. Yeah. It's like if it's not that, it's your car doesn't like have the amount of horsepower as my car.
Some room as well as mine.
It was just an object, so it's like my object's better than yours. So it's like whatever we can call it. Since they're workers, we're gonna call them lazy. We're gonna say you're less productive. Yeah. Yeah. But of course they're not doing the work. Like their job is to just find the right blacks, the right slaves to do the most amount of work. Yeah. So to them it's just like, even though you're building it's like you're building this White House, but it's me who made the plans for it. Yeah. Like fuck the people who actually put the bricks together. Like those people are lazy. No, fuck them. If I didn't make them do it, they wouldn't do it. Yeah.
And force them to do it.
And force them to do it. Yeah.
And the other thing is that like we were seen as less intelligent, so we weren't even capable of.
Bro, we were seen as nothing.
Exactly. So when people started to learn more about history, like pyramids and all these sculptures and artifacts and architecture that was in Africa, like at the beginning, I was like, there's no way black people built the pyramids. So funny, no way black people built the Mali Empire.
I kind of understand why that sort of idea, like why they perceive it as that, because like they come onto the shores with big ass ships, big ass guns, and they see them like just living like savages,
quote unquote,
quote unquote.
My usual bring up Kanye in the podcast on the podcast, and the Yeezus interview with Zane Lowe in 2013, which is something that people use as a meme because niggas just don't want to just give Kanye his fucking piece. They just use it to just like turn it to a joke. But what he was saying was actually like real like shit about race. When he said, when people say, like when I say I am a god, people say, who the fuck does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god. You know that clip? Mm-hmm. But then he says, would it be better if I told you I was a nigger? Or would it be better if I told you I was a gangster? Or if I told you I was a rapper? Those descriptions would fit best than for me to call myself a god, especially after being shipped into the country I am today, and then having my last name be that of a slave owner's. How dare I even consider myself to be a god? Wow. Like that's like people just use I just told you I thought I was a god, but then what he says after is like, that's what he means. It's like, how dare I think that I can compare myself to like a grand creator when I was shipped.
Also, people are just mad that he's using the word God.
Yeah, true. Blasphemy.
And also, like, back to the point, like, savages, right? And when the Europeans came to, like, Americas, and, like, the people, like, some of the Europeans would actually go live with the natives. It's called, like, going native, right?
Going native.
And, like, like, the people who would go from, like, European style of living to, like, native style of living, they would never come back. Like, they would love that. But then the people who were natives and then they went to, like, the Eastern sort of lifestyle, they would always go back. So they actually had to make a law where, like, no, you can't go. You can't go because, like, obviously you're going to stay there. Yeah. Because clearly that way of living is better, is more organic, it's more holistic than going across the sea, like, coercing people to do your work, blah, blah, blah. Like, clearly, right? Yeah. So it's backwards. Like, you're the actual savages. You come here from, like, overseas, take our land, take our people, like,
bring all backwards. These nasty diseases, murder so many millions of people, and now we're in a state where even Aboriginal people don't have a say in our politics today.
Yeah, they don't really an afterthought.
They have no say,
especially like the scale that it's at now, like civilization. Like, it's hard to even sort of give them a say, because, like, how would you like systematically do it? It's such a big task.
So, like in my mind, like I have a belief that 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 the biggest problems, the most difficult problems, are always the ones worth the most fixing, because that has the biggest impact on our society, with the way that we think, the way that we relate to one another, the way that we love and understand one another. And that's a thing about Canada that I've noticed. Since I've came to Canada, since I was like 10 years old, I've been observing everything. And what I've seen about Canadians is that the reason why Canada is peaceful outwardly is that we're non-confrontational. So there's this fictitious peace that we have, that the whole world sees, because we're not willing to dive into the serious issues. We want to act like it doesn't exist, and then have a party in the middle of the floor, but there's a fucking elephant in the corner staring at us, fucking blowing its trunk, and we're like, la 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 la, it's not there.
That's a good point. I definitely sense that. Just like
the States is just more explicit. It's more like on the chaos is more on the surface. I feel like Canada is more like just put this under the water for now. But it's still there. And then we just point fingers at the States and say, look how fucked up they are.
We're not as bad.
Oh, thank God we're in Canada.
The only thing is that we just haven't opened the box because we're too scared.
I mean, we're definitely not as bad as the States, but we're still like, there's still issues. There's always issues.
That's why like they're more innovative than us.
Because at least like the chaos is there.
It's funny. My prof said this. He's like, "Don't waste a good crisis. Do not waste a good crisis."
Design.
And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make the most of it. From what happened with the election, I'm trying to bring something positive out of it.
What about present? Because you were talking about historical.
Yeah. Okay. let's go back again. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
So, if you go forward in time, like just a few years after the minstrel shows had started, they become very popularized all throughout North America, and it was picked up in Canada as well. It became a community gathering. Like, for example, like local legions could have like an event to raise money for veterans. And then it's just like a show that you go see for entertainment. It's normal, you know. It's normal. Like no one sees anything wrong with it.
It was no different than us going to watch like a Marvel movie.
Exactly. That's the exact way to put it.
You got your tickets. Let's go watch.
You know, it's like, I'm just trying to have a good time, be with my friends and family, have a good laugh. That's all it is. But the thing is, if you're a black person at the time, how on earth could you expect a black person to feel included in a society where they're the joke for everyone. They're the entertainment.
They're they're the fucking film being played. Like they're not seen as anything else but just a source of entertainment.
Exactly.
And it's funny because I think that like there's residuals of that in the present.
Yeah.
Because where are black people most prevalent? Not in business that much. Like Jay-Z is one of the first people to like actually like go crazy in terms of like financially in business, but like black people are still entertainers. Still just That's make true. Movies, comedies, music.
They're artists.
Yeah.
And the biggest difference that I'll say, if you compare back then to now, back then, we weren't even given the opportunity to be in theater because we're not good enough.
Yeah.
But now that we're in theater,
no colored people.
Exactly. But now, if you look at media, what are black people most represented as? Thugs, gangsters.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we get roles, but like a lot of times we're being put in the less significant, like we're portrayed as very socioeconomically deprived, and all of this stuff, and this goes into people's subconscious mind. If you look at adults today, once you're done school, once you're done university, you go to work, you have your 9 to 5, you have your friends that you interact with.
Program.
The only real way that so many of us actually learn about the outside world is when they turn on that box in their living room. And when you turn that box on, and all you see is a black person who has a gun, who's selling drugs and doing all of this. You've never met a black person before. That's what's in your subconscious mind.
It's conditioning you. It's conditioning.
Yeah,
I think the good thing with that now is like no one watches TV anymore. It's only like older people.
People said CNN was dying, but they're not. They're not. CNN, bro, look up anything news related. CNN probably deals with YouTube. YouTube's a business. They have to keep making money.
People are always going to funnel in that perspective.
Bro, look up Alex Jones on YouTube.
Yeah, he's big.
Alex Jones is not going to come up. CNN, Fox News, all those people are going to come up.
Right, Alex Jones.
Until you get to like maybe like midway or like the third half of the page, you'll see the one, maybe like the one with Joe Rogan. Like you see maybe his episode with Joe Rogan. But then all of the other ones are just like the same videos will come up like 3 times before you see an actual video that's from the dude.
And like, also bear in mind that the people who have the money like on the planet this like right now in terms of generation, it's the older people. And older people haven't fully made that transition to like living with the internet and like integrating that into their lives, like computer systems and all of that.
Right.
So the people, the age group that has all the money is what is supporting these industries, like news and things like that. So to me, it's gonna be a while, like maybe 1, 2, 3 decades before TV like really sees a big hit. Once you start transitioning, unless
say a decade.
They move it over to web, which they are doing, which is what they are doing right now.
I'd say a decade, but those is like media companies already transitioning. They're well aware, like they do, like they spend a good chunk of their money on research, like so they know like what's going on. They probably know about new shit coming out before we even know it. So it's like, but the thing is, man, like with the whole, it's all conditioning. Like it's all conditioning. The reason why it still exists today, even though it's just an idea, like the way we're portrayed, is just ideas. It's just people holding on to things. Like we have a constant need to just hold on to like ideas because it gives you control. It gives you security. You don't want to just not like you know, I am Geo. I can't just be. I have to be Geo. You know. So it's like I'm holding on to the idea of me being Geo.
No, Geo. To the world that we live in.
I'm just black, man.
You're black.
But
before you become Geo.
But that's what I mean. See, I can't just be. I have to. There's something that needs to be after the I am.
Yeah.
Like someone else won't see Geo if they don't know my name. They'll see a black man. They won't see a human. If it's not a human, it's something else. If it's not a black man, it's a teenager. If it's not a teenager, it's something. And it's just conditioning. The reason why it still exists today is because how long did fucking slavery go on for?
400 years.
Exactly. How
At
the
least
fuck
Western
do you expect
slavery.
it? You know how? Have you ever tried breaking a habit?
It's hard.
Exactly. 400 years is a very well, strongly built habit.
Yeah.
Into like all of consciousness.
Bro, imagine you fucking smoke cigarettes for 100 years and you try to quit. You think you're going to succeed today?
And you know what the symptom of it is? We have a cancer within our society where people we have this brewing problem, but we just don't want to deal with it. And it's just like lingering because we don't want to unpack it.
I'm very optimistic. I think things are way better than they were before.
Oh, definitely.
It's just the fact that like we're so, and that's why people have a lot of anxiety today. Like TV was like a source of it, but it's like now it's like
everything's accessible.
Fucking just move my thumb and I have access to like information about the entire world.
Yeah.
And if you're getting that mainly negative source of like news, when you turn on the TV, imagine when it's just everything. Like it's easier now to come across the negative news. Like when you go on Twitter and see what's trending, you don't necessarily see positive news. You see this person died, this place, there's this disaster, and a lot of people think that things are worse now. Like there's this weird like trend about people thinking this is the end of the world, blah, 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 we're going to go to shit. But like our conditions have never been better.
Yeah.
It's just our ability to come across information. Yeah. It's the fact that we're living in such a big information age. We come across the information way faster and easier. So to us, it seems more
funny
present.
Because it's not even like real life. You don't see it with your own eyes. You don't actually see the actual flesh. You see pixels of it. And you see, oh shit, that's happening.
Yeah. But it's this whole thing about like people are just so obsessed with spreading awareness, but we're also spreading massive anxiety because we just keep making things more. I was reading in Homo Deus about how people get very scared for their safety in the context of terrorism, especially now school shootings. But the thing is, well, school shootings is a form of terrorism. So like the thing about terrorism is it's not that it's happening like necessarily a lot. People still die more from McDonald's than terrorism, right? McDonald's, if anything, McDonald's is terrorism. It's actually like in terms of killing. But the point,
it's legally sanctioned terrorism.
the point Yuval makes is Yuval makes is that it's a show, and that's the point Neil deGrasse Tyson made also. It's a show. Like seeing someone get hit by a car is way less terrifying than seeing someone fucking fly an airplane into a building. So it's a show. It scares you more when that happens than someone just dying of old age or dying from obesity. So it's like, it's a show. So the way people were usually, let's say something happens in the States, the way the States will react is by giving them another show. Something so extreme, you need to make the people feel like they're safe. So you treat it as a big deal.
Facade.
Yeah, you like, oh my God, this is the worst, the biggest mass shooting, blah, 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 blah. Like, this is crazy. We're doing the best we can to fix this problem. This is like, we're going through a crisis, blah, blah, blah. It's just a show government makes to make it seem, to try to compensate for the like massively negative thing that was a terrorist act by being the complete opposite and being dramatically positive also.
What I'll say with, for example, like school shootings specifically, is that when one happens, the way that we react to it, that clearly shows that it really is a show, because
it is.
It's all lip service. There's nothing concrete. There's no concrete changes that's happened since Sandy Hook.
Government, especially government people, like they don't even care about the actual thing.
Yeah.
Because mainly what I see from those fucking things is just political agenda. This is why guns should be allowed. Mm-hmm. This is why we need to ban guns. This is why we need to not ban guns. Like it just gets, we forget about the family and pain. We just go, this is why my belief should be adapted into the world. Yeah.
And
fuck the family, thoughts and prayers. But like, this is what, it's like thoughts and prayers, but this is why guns shouldn't be allowed.
Well, no, like that's a good point. It's very complex because like if you take all the guns away, what happens? Like, how are you going to defend yourself in the like martial law? If it happens, or just how are you going to defend yourself in general?
Politics is extremely funny to me because I just see people completing each other.
Completing?
Yes, yin yang, bro. You need people to disagree. Right. Like, there's a South Park episode about that where the liberals in South Park go like basically have this big ass fucking fight with the conservatives, and then at the end the kids come in and they're like, bro, you need people to like advocate war, and then you need people to like be against the war so that we don't seem like we're total assholes, because that allows us to start wars, go to war, but then still look like we don't care because there's a group of people there who are against it. So it doesn't make us look fully bad. It allows us to invade countries and not look like assholes. But that's just them being satirical, of course. But it's like, niggas forget that if it's all liberals, there's gonna be shit missing. If it's all conservatives, we're not gonna be complete.
Well, I think things naturally evolve over time, if we allow it.
Of course. Even if we allow it,
it's going
naturally.
To
yeah.
The universe is expanding right now.
And going back to what you're saying about the yin and yang, about the balancing of each other. One thing that I saw was when the Trudeau black and brown face images came out, the entire focus of the media was how it was gonna affect
the election,
his votes. Mm-hmm. How is it gonna affect that?
I mean, that's probably why it came out at that time. Not
a single one asked, how does this affect black people? How does this affect brown people? This doesn't tell me. All that tells me is that we're not even significant enough to have the issues be about how this thing impacts us. We've just been relegated as a voting bloc who just support one side over the other. That's all we are. It's like we're just pawns.
How old is that? How old is that photo?
It's from 2001 from the one that I remember. There's one of them from 2001.
There's more than one.
Yeah, I think there's like 5 or something like that.
5 events that he went to?
Yeah, five different pictures.
Wow. Like 5 different events.
Is
or
it the
5
same?
different pictures of the
Is
same
it
event?
the same time?
I've only seen 2 of them.
Okay.
And
fucking
I seen one
hilarious.
with like the group pic where they're all like together from the show, and I've seen it from like his theater days, and then I think it was like a costume party for a theater thing, and then there's one where he was like in like just like a gym, like old school gym outfit, like full blackface. Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. I've already said this on the podcast. And then fucking Hamza came in. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? But it's like I was saying earlier, 400 years of a habit, of building a habit and sustaining a habit is a long time. Mm-hmm. And of course, this habit will not be broken in fucking 5 years or 10. When was slavery abolished? Like 1800s, late 1800s?
Depends where.
Like mainly in the States and like the mainstream place.
In the States,
in the mainstream, in the center of the world.
In the States, it would be just after the Civil War, so it would be just after, I think it was 1860s?
Okay, so like late 1800s. So assuming we go...
I think it's 1840s. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so early 1800s.
Somewhere around the middle there.
So in the 1800s, assuming we go 1800s, so from 1400 to 1800, that shit's going on. And you're expecting me that by 2020, this shit's gonna be gone? It's not.
So
and I think it's less every year because the people closest to that 400 years are dying out. They're gonna die out, and the only way it's gonna keep like living is if people keep teaching it to their children's, both on all the racist sides, not even black and white, on all the racist sides.
So
let go of the idea on all sides, and the idea will die out.
So that's what I would like to disagree with, because there's a saying that goes, "Those who forget history are condemned to repeat it," and that shit is powerful.
I don't say forget.
And
I didn't say forget.
Well, the thing is, Canadians want to forget about it because,
of course, yeah,
they want to forget about it
bad
because
PR.
we don't want to accept that we're also part of the problem.
It's bad PR. It's like we don't want to look bad.
And if you look at the experience of Jewish people for so long, they endured so much pain for thousands of years, since the Roman times. Before that, at the hands of the Philistines, at the hands of the Babylonians, they endured so much.
Yeah.
And all of that came to a head with World War II. And what happened after World War II when we discovered the Nazi death camps? Once we defeated Hitler, we in Germany, swastikas were banned. You can't have that. If you have a swastika in Germany, you're going to jail. All the monuments that were put up during the Nazi times were pulled down. So flags, monuments, all gone.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened after slavery? Today, we're still arguing about why Confederate flags should still be there and monuments should still be there because they're a historical symbol. But if you look at the facts, a lot of these monuments were brought up during times when there was a lot of racial turmoil.
Yeah.
And in addition, monuments are not a way to remember history. You don't teach someone history by putting up a monument. Monuments were created thousands of years ago as a way to show power over people, and also project strength, and also to show greatness and appreciation.
Yeah. That's why you show the fucking statue standing in the fucking full alpha male position.
Exactly. Like, do you think Greeks put up the Colossus as a way to say fuck you?
The way I see it is like, that's a big turd in your living room. If you're aware of the turd, like, get rid of it. But it doesn't mean you still have to keep talking about it.
That's what I mean.
Shit,
that's like,
remember that smell? Like, I didn't like that smell. But it's already gone. Why do you keep bringing it up?
The smell still exists because you keep talking about it. What I mean is not like forget. I think fucking history, and especially slavery, because that's like humanity's biggest L, like biggest fuck up. Like what the fuck were you guys thinking doing this? Like, you know, like in retrospect, it's like
progress.
When in retrospect, it's like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like thinking that was a good idea. But it's like, I think it should still be taught. It's just be like taught unbiased. And then also
Unbiased,
don't
feel it from either side.
But the main reason why it says this is not even like history class. It's what happens at home. It's the racist parents going fuck black people and then being racist. It's hereditary. It's like if you're raised around racist parents, the chances of you being racist are going to be high. You're going to be likely to become a racist person yourself. So it's like the way you break the cycle is to not be that parent who teaches that to your kids. Don't tell your kids to see a black man as X and O, blah, 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 rapper, blah, 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 thug, blah, blah, blah. Just say it's just another human being.
But the other thing is, there's 2 points I want to make. Going back to the turd.
Going back to
the turd's not going to move until you say, hey, get the shit out of here. Get the shit out of here. Get the shit out of here.
Action.
And that's what a lot of black people are trying to do. That's what we're trying to say, hey, like there's a shit here. It's not going to go away unless we say it's here, like point at it. And another question I want to ask you is, how do you think a Jewish person would feel if the descendant of a Nazi said that I'm proud that my grandfather fought in the Second World War? How do you think a Jewish person would feel? How do you think they should feel?
They wouldn't feel good because they were taught that like they didn't experience. It wasn't a good being on that receiving end is not cool.
How do you think black people feel when they're told that these monuments and artifacts and symbols that a whole race of people had over us oppress us? How do you think we feel when we walk by them every single day, reminded by how much they oppressed us? When slavery was abolished, we didn't get rights until much, much later. And the craziest thing is that when it was abolished, it was kind of like, oh, you're free now. You can go wherever the fuck you want. I came from Africa. How the fuck am I supposed to get back home? Am I supposed to walk across the water? Do I look like Jesus? You know? Yeah. And what actually ended up happening was that so many of the slaves stayed on the plantations because they didn't know anywhere else.
They need to make a living
mental enslavement. That's why it went on for 100 years.
Yes.
That's, bro.
And
said this
and
last
the
episode.
wages.
That is Ye's comment. 400 years is because niggas told you that you were and you adapted it and you believed it yourself to the point where now, even if you're free, you're going to stay there. Because they've got you, they're in your mind. It's not even physical. You're not even physically enslaved anymore. It's not like they don't even need to whip you anymore. Some niggas started like growing a liking from what I know from movies shown. Like house niggas used to have a good relationship with their masters. It's like you completely forget that you're a slave now because you're in the house. You're in the big house. You're not outside. You're still a slave, but you're inside now. The master's actually talking to you, looking at you in the eyes. He's not whooping you.
It's incrementally better.
So it's like you're still a fucking slave. You have no rights. Your last name is the nigga's name. But you're in the house. You know? So you're chilling.
Yeah.
You don't want to do anything now. If the nigga tells you slavery is abolished, go home. You really think the house nigga's going to leave?
No, but the other thing is that where's home?
Also that too.
Even the plantation people.
That too.
Because that's their world. It's like if you put an animal, some animals, like if you put them in a box for all their lives and they don't know anywhere where anything is, they have their food, they have their water, they have their shelter. They're not going to leave if you get rid of that prison.
All they know is the box.
It's mental conditioning.
Exactly.
But the thing is, I would stop short of saying it was a choice because the same way that we say that
it's definitely not a choice.
I mean,
it's not a choice.
Yeah, it's like yes,
it's a harsh
in a
way.
sense. It's a choice.
It sounds like a choice
if you look at it objectively, but if you look at all the factors in there, they didn't have a choice. What am I gonna be, homeless? No one's gonna feed me because all the people who have money, no one has sympathy for me.
But that's the cost of change. The reason why slavery got abolished because revolution, right? It's because niggas tried to get it abolished. But the reason why niggas didn't try to get it abolished for maybe could have been done 200 years earlier is just the idea that not only they overpowered you, because they came across the opportunity. Let's face it, this is not a race thing. This is a fucking power thing. This is humans being humans. If it wasn't white people, it would have been black people.
I don't know about
that. They came
that.
across the technology fast enough that once they started exploring, dude, reading about fucking how Homo sapiens like conquered the world. Homo sapiens come across the land. Few years later, animals on the land go extinct. It's Homo sapiens to just take over. So it's not black. It's not white people weren't like, hey, let's go find some black people and fucking kill them. They just started exploring. They came across those niggas there. They're like, oh, look, they don't know about all of these things we have. Why should we tell them? Why should we not just take over the land? Because back then, territory was a big form of currency. It's like, how much did you know? Especially when they figured out that where they were wasn't all that there was in the world. Niggas used to think that Europe was all there was the planet. So then when they find out there's other continents, they're like, oh shit, develop the technology to explore with the fucking compass, start exploring. You come across people, you're not gonna be, hey, look at all these things we have. Humans are greedy, they want more. Those people are probably gonna not let me take their land. So if they don't cooperate, what do? Why do you think slavery started with the natives? The natives got fucked over the most. They just ran out. So they said, let's import. There's a million niggas over there in this fucking continent. Let's just import them because we got there first. If it wasn't, bro, the race thing is just an idea that we added onto it. It's about power. It's about humans being greedy.
It is about power, but the other thing is that let's remember that at this point in time, much of Europe was very, very Catholic. Or Protestant, very, very, very Christian.
Even worse.
So the only way that they could properly justify
God,
they could properly justify
doing. Oh my God!
They could properly justify putting another human being through suffering
in the name of God.
Was to say, actually, these people are less than human, so I don't have to treat them like the way that the Bible says I should treat them because they're not my neighbor. Like, why would I treat a dog like the way that I treat my buddy?
Used it to just justify their actions.
Exactly. So if I want to treat
the
you,
conscience.
Exactly. If my Bible is saying don't do this, I'm gonna say the Bible doesn't include you. It's the same with the Declaration of Independence. All men are created equal and free. But it didn't apply to black people. It's a bypass. We're less than human.
They're not man. They weren't people.
And that's what sets every single period and time where there was wars. And if you go back to, let's say, South America, where there would be tribes fighting over land, even in Europe, the Europeans would be fighting over land and things like that. But it wasn't you're less than me. You're less than human. It could be like my culture is better, but it doesn't mean you're not human. And that's what makes the period of slavery different. And if you look at everything that happened afterwards, the world did nothing to show that they actually gave a shit about the people. Actually, even the Civil War. The Civil War was about economics. It's simple. It's about economics. It's not about Southern pride. All that bullshit that someone who's like, my grandfather, my granddaddy fought in the war. I'm proud. He fought for my freedom. All this stuff. No, it's not about that. It was about money.
Who can sell more guns?
And I can go more into detail about this. And the money side of thing is that at this point, the South had a very large dependency for slave labor. So for the North to just say, oh, it's gone, that would have devastated the economy. Because who's going to work the fields? Who's going to their biggest export was cotton. And cotton is a very human it's a very labor-intensive plant to grow, especially back then. So the only way to get around that, because they're like, oh shit, we're gonna be poor as shit. We might be equal to the black people that we can keep as slaves. We're gonna fight the North, and we're gonna say it's about freedom.
That's so crazy, bro.
It's all the problems that the world has faced goes back to the way that our economic situation is set up. Even the Roman times. The reason why the Romans invaded so much is all about money. They invaded a lot more
power,
when
resources,
when the economy started to slow down. If you want more power, Exactly.
It's power. It's a game of power. It's not a game of anything else. Everything else is just our means to get more power. Why do we treat black people like shit? So they could just leave us alone and be one less enemy so it could get more fucking power. Like, bro, it wasn't even fucking, it didn't even start with black people. It's like we're invading the fucking enemy tribe. Whoever is left that just looks strong enough to work, let's just fucking make him work for us against their will. They just happened to just come across a large amount of black people who didn't know anything about what was going on around the world.
Imagine
black gold.
And they're like, yeah, basically, they're like, let's not tell them about this because we need the natives. We're running out of natives here. The niggas, like, there's not enough niggas to.
Bro, imagine if they fucking collaborated, bro. Like, that culture of, like, living like that and all that technology.
But Haiti, just studying. Yeah, go ahead. I'll talk about.
But I'll tell you this. Like, if you look at the Spanish invasion of South America, Hernan Cortez came in with very few people. I think he came in with. I think he started his trip with roughly 700 people.
Yeah, because they had rounds. Like, niggas go scouting.
Yeah.
If you find anything, you let them know, and then the rest comes.
And most of the people who actually started the expedition actually died. And I think when from what I remember, there was roughly 100 people left when they actually landed on the shore. And they absolutely destroyed a whole empire with millions and millions of people.
The guns,
all they had
the weapons,
was guns and horses.
And they got sick too, the natives.
Exactly.
That wiped out like half of them.
It's like, how do you fight that? You can't.
Exactly. Like we have all of this technology. They have no idea.
If it takes 100 people to take over the entire millions of people who were part of the Aztec Empire.
Bro. They ran across the opportunity more. Earlier.
Yeah.
That's all that happened. They just took an opportunity. They ran into an opportunity before everyone else did. And they capitalized off of that so much that we still feel their success from that opportunity today. Like the top people, the top 1% is probably mostly still, not probably, it's definitely still Caucasian and European and white people. It's because
remember, like Jay-Z said,
they came across
higher up I go, the less black people I see.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like the higher you go, bro, it's like the less you're going to see people that look like you because we weren't conditioned to even think that we'd be able to reach that point.
Like when they got there, like obviously they were labeled as savages, but they had very like sophisticated methods of agriculture. Like they would run up their houses and there'd be like bear corn, like
they had their own technology.
Holy shit, bro. Like,
they had their own. They didn't have technology to kill fucking mass amounts of people.
Yeah.
But they had technology to be able to live and fucking live like fulfilling lives. Reading Haiti's history because I was in Haiti until like the earthquake, so I had to learn the history. Bro, it's all that happened. They came across the land. I forget what it was called back then, but they gave it a name. Saw the natives back then when they landed. Is like to them back then, gold is the main form of currency. But then they find out on the continent, on the island, fucking, they're just praying to the fucking objects that we use to get goods. They're not doing anything. They're just using them as jewelry or praying to fucking random objects. Like, they don't know the value of this back home. Okay, let's just start taking it. Oh, they're not letting us take it? Fucking kill them.
Take it.
If they don't want to die, they'll help us get it. And then through just people like not working and dying from bad work conditions.
And yet
like,
we're the gangsters.
The
black folks are the
It's like, bro, it's like, it's not even black. It's like gangster is like everyone, bro. Everyone have gangster in them, bro. But it just gets blamed on those niggas because they're the ones who've been called gangsters the most.
Yeah.
You know? But it's like, it's morphic resonance, bro. It's like you run across it, and then through treating them like shit, all the natives are dying. Oh shit! My homie back from his expedition in Africa told me it's a whole lot of blacks over there. So a whole lot of those they didn't call them blacks, just like savages. They just kind of look darker than us. They don't know about our shit either, but they're just a fucking crazy amount of them. How about we bring them over here? Since there's all this gold, there's not as much gold over there. Or at least we're running out. Like, there's a whole new field here. It's a gold mine. Let's take it. France takes a bit. Spain comes, takes a little bit, just takes everything. Just takes everything. Bro, we were like all just bro, light skin with your type of hair. But then just through the bringing Africans over, fucking reproduction, now we look how we look. I'm literally a byproduct of slavery. Like the way I look is because Africans mated with the natives in on the island.
And I love Haitian history too because it's
so fucked up.
Very fascinating. Like looking, especially going forward and looking at how there was a whole rebellion on the island.
We were the first, I think.
Yeah.
But we're still like so bad right now, bro. The country is still the most behind, which is kind of ironic because we're the
world
first.
Didn't want to help Haiti because they're like, we don't want to see a nation of blacks and natives.
But Haiti doesn't even want help itself. Like just knowing how like shit's going like firsthand, it's like Haiti's a very like self-loathing country. It's like the residuals of not seeing themselves as people is like a mass belief. So it's like the hate that the slave owners and the people who colonized us, like the people, like those people, the fucking beliefs they instilled in us are still there. Yeah. So we think not much of ourselves. So we treat each other that way. And then that stops the country from progressing. So just from that mental enslavement.
And that's why I have such a big issue with blackface, because it's very subconscious. I'll tell you a story.
Speaking subconscious how? Like,
because the implications of it, like we know it's making fun of us. If a child sees a caricature of a black person, like to us, to an adult who's logical thinking, children are not logical thinking first off, and like an adult, like it doesn't look like a real person, but to a child. Like it has human limbs and everything, right. So it's a human. What's the closest thing to this thing that we're making fun of? It's a black person.
Black people, yeah.
And I almost cried when this happened to me. When I heard this last year, my little sister came home. I've never seen her so sad before.
What happened? She
came home and she said, kids at her school were saying that her skin looks like poop.
Oh, bro, that's literally like common, bro. That's what's fucked up.
And her hair.
And the hair thing fucked me up. The hair thing fucks me up so much because I have firsthand experience of feeling like that. The thing is, bro, it's like they don't even need to try to oppress like people anymore because they've instilled the idea so deep into the minds of
mental
global population. Bro, I remember fucking growing up and hating myself because I didn't have blue eyes and because my hair didn't look like Ryan's. Just didn't look like this white dude. It wasn't as soft. It didn't move when I shook it. Bro, to the point where looking at nappy hair, you, even as a black person, even as a bro, we figured out chemicals to try to make our hair look curly.
Yep.
Chemicals that destroy our hair. Bro,
bleaching.
Seeing my fucking sisters and cousins and put fucking perm in their hair.
Yo, that hurts me.
Ritualistically, like every fucking year doing it, knowing that it's gonna damage the shit out of it, just so they could look a bit closer to how those models look in TVs. It's like, and it's not even something that's necessarily consciously being done. It's like, it's so ingrained in population. That's what I mean by letting go. Letting go means like everything, like except for the history part, just stop projecting it. Stop projecting, like hire some fucking, like, and that's why I love Tyler. That's why I like Tyler, the creator, because Tyler's fashion shows, it's only black people. Virgil fucking climbed up to LV as men director. The first 12 models were black people. That's what I mean. It's like now a kid will see that on TV and think, I can do that too. You see Jay becoming the first billionaire. You're like, okay, like, and that's what I mean. Like, I'm being optimistic. Things are changing. It's just, we're living in an information age where people can even people like plastering the label of racism on things is still, I can see it as a means to use it to push the idea forward even more. Like getting people outraged because of shit that is, because of racist shit is a way to keep it alive.
So like for me, like, I'll stop short of there because I think there's good reason to keep in the minds of people because when people look back in history, we don't tell Jewish people how to feel about the Holocaust and everything like that. But whenever it's something that has to do with race, with black people, the world has a tendency to say, okay, this person apologized, get the fuck over it.
But the thing about the whole Jewish thing is that idea mainly got let go. Like, maybe, I don't know, I don't live in Germany, so I don't know how it is, but
in Canada, we just put up a whole monument.
For?
Like, in Canada, we have monuments for...
Yeah.
For,
no, but what's the
so,
I want to hear this bullshit.
So in Canada, we recently put up a monument for the victims of communism here in Ottawa. I think that's a great monument. It helps us remember that we can't turn into a society where we have a few people like running shit, and then everyone else is on paper. Communism is like, oh, we're all equal on paper.
Right. Yeah.
If you look back in China, where they tried to implement it under Mao Zedong, millions of people died. They created communes, and in that time, over a period of 10 years, millions and millions of people died trying to do this.
Funniest thing, because in writing,
but in the States,
perfect.
We have more. Why do we have more monuments praising the people who fought to perpetrate the enslavement, physical and mental enslavement of an entire race, but we don't uplift the people who actually went through the suffering? How much money do you think the United States government has spent on monuments to slavery, especially in the South, which is where I think they need it the most, where they need to see the pain that people went through? Black people are whenever we're teaching history of black people, we separate the pain we take the human side of it away. And that's what it's really important. When you look at any other group's negative history,
people
the
definitely
pain is there.
People don't like emphasize how fucked up slavery actually was. They kind of just say, hey, this happened.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, man, this happened. That's it.
And in the South, if you look at history books, it's literally, this is shit that they're teaching in class today. They literally have it in writing that the slaves, some of the slaves came here because they wanted to. They wanted to have a good life. They came here for a better life. What the fuck?
And even if they did,
we're teaching kids today.
Even if they did, it's because they were probably told by the same people who were enslaving everyone, hey, come here.
Like, oh, look at my nice...
Help our economy.
Look at my nice lollipop. You know? It's like a little ice cream truck, but it's a shit. Where are you going to be putting chains?
It's
a lot to unpack, bro.
Through all of this, I think I'm still optimistic. It's like,
me too.
Shit's getting better.
Yeah.
It's getting better. Yeah. Fucking black people made H&M have the worst, like, money thing.
Yeah, we got power. We need to keep using it.
The thing is, a lot of, it's the whole thing with self-victimization. It's like, you need to understand that conditioning is within you too. Yeah. And as much as you feel that you're, whatever shit you're saying, oh, blah, 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 this is bad, racist, he called me a blah, 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 that can turn into a means of not doing anything. Because then you can become the person who just sits around all day complaining about racism.
Yeah. I hate it when people complain. For you? Do something about it.
Exactly, do something. But the thing is, the same reason why slavery went 400 years is because doing something is hard. Doing something is rejecting the idea, is accepting the idea that you're victimizing yourself complaining, and that, but how do you even start a revolution? How do you even start the revolution being in the fucking, like, seeing all of your people lose their souls, working fucking disgusting hours, like basically not even barely getting enough sleep to last long enough to keep doing the job
until you die.
Until you die, or you're not useful enough, so they kill you. So it's like, how do you see that going on, and then say, what can I do about this?
But the thing is, education was kept away from us.
Exactly. It's like you're lost against even the idea. You don't even... The idea of even being able, right?
It's gone. It's not there.
Even the idea of you becoming free gets eradicated. Imagine that happening for 400 years. It's like it becomes second nature.
Yeah.
And like, one of the things that we have to be responsible for is knowing that we've been, like, we've been conditioned to think this way. So a lot of us think this way of ourselves. It's not even that we're like people are calling us that. We think that of ourselves. So we need to look inwards too before we do any kind of action instead of looking outwards and blaming everyone. Because what can you control? Like, how much control do you have if everything that you're complaining about is external? What? This person called me a nigger. Like, oh, stop being racist. Stop complaining about like black
also,
people.
it's the value that you give to that word. Like,
yeah, and
what
it makes
really
you feel
mean?
even more powerless because what can you do to stop that person from calling you a nigger? You're gonna beat him up. He's gonna like be mad. He's gonna go home.
He's gonna
Can you
keep
stop
doing
him?
it.
Can you stop him? No. Can we actually stop people from saying nigga? No. We can stop them from saying nigga publicly. But stop being mad still enforces the idea of that word's existence and its power in their heads. So now, as they're walking away after saying, "Oh, I'm sorry," what are they gonna whisper? Nigger. It's still living. We're just removing it from the surface, but the water is still dirty. We're cleaning the surface of the water, but under it, fishes are still dying from oils and shit like that.
There's no real change from you acting.
There's no real change. Yeah. So it's like when you're pointing fingers.
Like, where do you put your energy?
Yeah, it's like when you're pointing fingers, how much control do you have? What can you control? Your action and reaction to things that happen to you. So before you do anything, looking anywhere externally, acknowledge the problem, of course. But like look inside. Like, do I see myself? Why do I react when they call me that? Is it because I identify with it? Is it because low key, like deep down to subconscious, that 400 years, it's stayed within me? Like literally it's my DNA now that I think that way. Is it because I think that way of myself that I'm reacting to it? Oh shit, maybe I should just like, bro, it's in my bucket list to be called nigger by a white person. Because the amount of power I'll feel when I just laugh instead of just being mad that they called me that and the confusion in their face.
You take the power away from them.
You know how confused a white person will be if they call you nigger and you just laugh?
It means you're better than them.
It means you're so beyond it. It makes them look like pieces of shit stuck in the past.
Yep.
Like you're way ahead of that.
Yep.
It only has power if you react to it. So when you keep reacting, even if you stop them from saying it in front of you, there's still the power of the word still remains with them.
and that's where education comes in.
Yes,
like
education
we
is so
have to
important,
where we have the most opportunity to actually make change is by educating people. One thing that I notice is that we have a tendency to get charged up and riled up, but we want to use it to destroy someone's life.
Tweet. Canceled.
Instead of taking the opportunity to understand what they're saying and why they're saying it.
Canceled.
And then approach it in a way that literally breaks them down.
We
breaks
block
it down, but we block it off. And the thing is,
block it off.
in a situation like that, if you don't take the time to speak about it, to educate, then
have a conversation.
The issue becomes just subconscious. It's still there.
Yeah, right?
But it's not really
It's
changed.
being suppressed.
It's like
It's
it's a
just
shit,
not-
but it's like I'll put a blanket on it.
Yeah, it's just not on the surface. It's like, let's
Now
just
the
put
blanket stinks. Fuck. You can't even use it.
fucking
You can
spread
still
on
smell
the-
it, you know?
You can
has to
still
change his
smell it,
mind.
but you're just like, no, it's just not there. No, it's
And
not
that's the thing about
Shit will just keep
the whole
getting added.
Trudeau thing. We don't know if he actually means his apology because he never even wanted to explain his reasoning behind it. It was kind of like,
Well, that's
this
the
was
thing,
20
though.
years
That
ago.
is
I'm
the
sorry.
thing, though, because
that's
like
it.
once it's public, like people, all they expect is an apology. If you're a politician and you actually
That's
explain
not what
an
all
intent,
black people expect.
that is true. That's very true. And that's
a
who
lot
he
of-
should be like
A lot of black people
targeting,
expect
right?
the person's life to be over, though, sometimes. Like the bitter one, the extremist, like they just want cancel culture. That's all it is.
There's crazy people everywhere.
Cancel
Yeah.
culture is like, hey, let's not try to, like, bro, did you see this, bro? I cried on demand watching that video because I
Which
have
one?
never seen forgiveness that pure.
Oh, that one you
the
posted?
fucking man I had to post that, bro. The fucking man who's a cop shot his sister, brother, family member. A cop came into his home or something like that. A cop shot a typical U.S. cop shooting a black person, which usually causes outrage. It's like, what do? You fucking shit on America. You shit on the officer. She should die, burn in hell, blah, blah, blah. The nigga sits in court as a fucking witness and says, I don't even want her to go to jail. I hope you find God. If you're truly sorry, I hope the best for you. If you're truly sorry, I pray you find peace. Because it's like, bro, forgiveness frees the forgiver. It frees you, because until you forgive, you're carrying that on your fucking shoulder, right? So it's like, and then midway through what he's saying, he's like, can I give her a hug? The person who shot the nigga's fucking sibling, bro. I'll show you the video. I'll send it to you. Bro.
That's powerful.
Our egos are so fucking massive that even the idea of forgiving someone, we're like, why the fuck would I forgive someone who killed my fucking family member?
For doing that.
Yeah, they need to rot in hell. But that's a sin.
Yeah.
Saying that someone should rot in hell because they murdered is a ticket to hell, according to the Bible, if we're taking it literally. Because I don't believe in hell. I believe hell just happens here. Like heaven and hell is here. So it's like, if you just judge, God says only God can judge. So what are you doing judging? You judging the other person is a sin. So what are you doing? You're committing, like, you're no different than that person. Yeah. Right? So it's like, forgive, let God handle it. That person has to live with that. Mm-hmm. No matter how racist they may have been or may be. Like, a lot of it is maybe accidents, bro. Like, if that cop gets taught her entire life
that's the thing too,
through
like,
news that she should be afraid of black people.
She's the one who most needs love.
She's the
at
one
that
who
point,
right? So he gave it.
So,
fuck.
Like that's powerful,
bro.
But
cried on
the other thing is that, as important as forgiveness is, there has to be a meaningful way to move forward.
Oh, 100%.
If there's forgiveness, but there's no meaningful way to move forward, mm-hmm. my forgiveness means nothing.
I think sort of differently, because if you forgive, that's love.
Yeah, I think it'll automatically move forward. Automatically.
Yeah. So
I think the lack of forgiveness is what like stops shit moving forward.
So for me, forgiveness and showing that you actually want to move forward. Mm-hmm. If you don't do that, you're not sincere. You're not deserving of the forgiveness. Mm-hmm. You know, you have to show me that you're willing to take the steps to be a better person. But to treat people differently, to treat people as equal as you. And if you look at a lot of the cases where a black person has been choked out mm-hmm. or shot, or mm-hmm. Tamir Rice, a little kid playing with toy guns. How many of us did that when we were kids?
Nerfs and shit, yeah.
You know, that's so much pain.
Yeah.
And if you don't see that shit doesn't change, I'm worried that it could happen to someone else's kid. I don't want my sons and daughters and kids dying. That's not what I want. So I need to see that there's meaningful change to move forward, because at the end of the day, when so many other groups go through pain, the whole world runs and says, this is the fix, this is the solution. We'll come together and do something about it. And yet in the States, there are so many cases, even in Canada here, there are so many cases where people are being put through shit that they don't deserve to be put through, and nothing is being done to change it. So it's like, what am I, like, you know, like you can only forgive so much.
I see.
We've been forgiving since we've been forgiving since I don't even fucking know.
I don't think we've been forgiving.
But the thing is, like, I see where you're coming from. Like, bottom up, forgiveness works.
Yes.
But systematically, it's like, how do you implement that?
Exactly.
And I don't think it's possible.
And that's the discussion we need to have, because it never gets past that point where it's like, okay, this is a big enough issue.
The thing is, like, if you try to enforce it top down, it's almost coercion.
It has to be the whole thing. And so many people are not willing to accept that. And if you look at Canada, a lot of the racism is very subtle racism. I'll tell you something. My first experience in the office. This is my co-op job. This is my first. I didn't say this in the intro, but I'm also a Carleton student. Mm-hmm. I'm studying sustainable and renewable energy engineering, power generation, smart technologies for power generation and distribution, and minor in industrial economics.
I don't believe
And
it. No way.
yeah, it's not real. It's neo engineering.
Basically.
So this is my first time in an office and environment. I get there, and I'm scared shitless. At the same time, I'm excited because I'm like, whoa, like this is real. Like
new environment.
I'm gonna be doing engineering. I was so fucking excited.
Yeah.
And as I start doing work, like I do all this cool shit. I'm like looking at like energy footprint, looking at design options and things like that. And I'd say like a month and a half into my co-op there, this is when at this point I'm like pretty comfortable and confident.
Yeah.
I'm having a meeting with my two managers, talking about a project that I've been working on for a few weeks now. And in this room, some of the lights are broken. It's a very, very tiny room, but like we could clearly see each other. There's a giant screen, you know. It's probably like, I'd say the room is like from, let's say where the microwave starts, bring it down to like here, down here. So it's a pretty small room.
Oh, okay, that's very small.
Yeah, and a senior person walks in, disturbing our meeting that I'm leading.
Senior.
And says something to one manager, says another thing to the other manager, and before he leaves, just when he's about to leave, he's like, "Oh, Fritz, you're so dark, I didn't even see you there." Like, why is that okay?
I think it's okay.
I think it's okay.
Why not? Why is it not okay?
That's inappropriate.
Why is it not
Because
okay?
he's not my friend, first of all.
Does he have to be your friend to say that, though? Because I think it's just honesty. Like, he's trying to... Like, you seeing that as a problem makes it a problem. But if it's like, oh, shit,
I heavily disagree with that.
No, because it's like, oh, shit, that room is actually dark, and the way light reflects off my skin is different.
You know, the thing is, the other people in the room, the two managers, they are white. We all three of us froze, and the meeting kind of just like stalled until I was like, I just had to like snap out and like,
yeah,
like
just
roll
to add,
with
like,
it. You know?
I'm not sure what the tone of his voice was, but
no, he laughed. He laughed.
Okay,
so it's kind of like I'm not friends with you. So for you to make a joke like that, it's like you're mocking. You're like low key mocking because first of all, you're my boss. When I approach you, I'm like, sir, like, you know, like very, very professional.
right.
And there's no way in hell that someone will go outside and go up to their CEO and say, "Wow, sir, you're so white. I didn't even see you in this room."
See, to me, that's
about
that's
respect.
permission to break that ice of formality.
But that's about respect. There needs to be a certain level of respect. If you want me to respect you and treat you professionally,
but now you're just
I need to get that back.
You're just projecting him not respecting you. How do you know he didn't mean it? Like, you don't know his intent when he said that. You kind of just assumed it, right? You assumed it was a bad intent. Was he white?
Yes, he was white.
If he was black, you wouldn't take it that way.
So
you would.
Do
you agree?
Look,
do you agree?
If he was Mexican, you probably wouldn't.
If he was black, if he was Mexican, and all of that,
you wouldn't.
It's still very unprofessional. You shouldn't say that in the workplace.
But you wouldn't.
Especially,
you wouldn't remember it as much as you do
when
now.
you're a senior person. Like, I'll be like, why would you? I'm having a professional meeting. I'm having a professional meeting about an issue that we're working on, and you walk in and make a comment like that. It completely destroys the seriousness or the importance of whatever I'm presenting. It's like, whatever you're presenting is not important enough for me to like, first of all, I disrupted your meeting. He didn't even apologize. He didn't fucking apologize. It's kind of like, I just walk in, barge in, say some shit, and then make a comment like that and then walk out.
Ideally, I'm thinking two things. Either you confront him about it, even though he's your boss, or you just laugh along. Bro, it's only a problem if you make it a problem. And it's very like idealistic, utopian thinking, but it's like, it's either if it didn't rub me the right way, I would just throw the label of boss out the window and I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, as informal as he'd be, I just match that. Like, if you're going to be informal with me, I can clearly be informal with you. So I tell you, my nigga, like, I'm talking and you're just gonna come here and interrupt me
and then say some shit like
that. Like, that's not formal. That shit I would fire you for if I was your boss. So like, watch out. Or you're just like, or you just don't laugh and ignore him. Then the joke didn't happen.
I completely ignored him. But the thing is, if you're in that room, you'd be turning heads too, because my two managers that are there, they're white.
I would laugh.
We all looked at each other. We're like, why would he, like, like no one walks into a nicely lit room and says, "Oh, you're so white, I didn't see you there," like to your coworker.
That's a good joke.
Yeah, like no one walks in and like makes comment about like your piercings, like, "Oh, your piercings makes you look like you're a thug." Like I'm just like question mark, and in the same place 1 week before I left, I went to this onboarding thing because I was so busy that I didn't even have time to do things early on. I'm the type of person that when I'm doing something, I'm gonna put 150% into it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try and hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And my supervisor was like, "Yeah, you could do this thing later, just when you're less busy." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "All right, bet." So 1 week before I left, I'm like, "Okay, I guess I have to do it. It's now or never, right?" And we're in this onboarding meeting, and there's hundreds of people in the room. There's senior management, and we break out into sessions, like smaller tables, of 10.
Yeah.
And this is the same workplace. This table has 10 people on it, along with a senior manager, and I'm vibing with the guy. He's like, he turns out he's a Carleton alumni. Like, we talk about like the Panda game. At that point, like, that was when we got the 4-peat. Mm-hmm. We won it 4 times in a row, or was it 3 times in a row? Was it 3-peat?
I don't follow this shit. I don't fucking know.
We won it a bunch of times in a row, and
it took me a while to process what the fuck a 4-peat was.
There was another guy in U of O who graduated from U of O, and we were kind of like roasting him a little bit, and I'm like, yo, I'm vibing with this guy. Like, I can get a connect with the fucking director. Like, when I'm done, like I can maybe we can hook it up. Exactly. We're chill. And as we're talking, and people are asking what it's like to be in the government and things like that, he starts talking about his work environment, and he's like, in HR, for us, unlike other places, we see that there's actually mostly women in our group, whereas in other places there's another male dominated field. Mm-hmm. But for the people below him, he's like, it's mostly women, and he's like, now there's so many women that the next white Anglo-Saxon male that walks in, I'm not even gonna read his resume, I'm just gonna hire him on the spot. He said that.
Seriously, or like?
No? He like no one laughed on the table. He chuckled. He thought it was funny.
It's a funny joke.
The way he worded it is pretty funny too.
And he like it was dead silent. Mind you, on the table there's three guys other than him. There's me, the only black person on the table. There's another guy who is Middle Eastern. There's another guy who's white. He's the one who went to U of O. Everyone was just dead silent. We didn't know what to say. Like, it just came out of nowhere, like, surprise attack.
What the fuck do I respond to that?
And he doesn't even stop there. The craziest thing is that he says, because it seems nowadays we're the ones being discriminated against. And I'm like, what the fuck did this guy just say? You have no idea how I had to keep my cool. I didn't say a word for the rest of the time. I went from being like happy-go-lucky, making jokes. I didn't say a single word to him. When it was done, I didn't shake his hand.
Same guy?
I didn't shake his hand. This was different. This is different from the guy who came in the first time. It's the same workplace.
Damn, he's a funny guy.
So this is what I mean. It's very like that one. It wasn't even subtle. It was like he's joking about like hiring the next what's it called? Next white Anglo-Saxon male that comes in because he's being discriminated against.
To me, I feel like he's so aware that he's able to make that joke.
Yeah, I feel
makes it okay. Like not makes it okay, but it's like, oh shit, he's actually aware that in society, people like white people are mostly hired.
You can't say that because you don't know him.
That's true.
Because there's some people who actually have that. I'll tell
but you also don't know that if he was serious.
There was a guy who applied for a job at Queen's University some years ago. And when they found out that he was Somalian, You know what he got back? They wrote back a letter saying, unfortunately, due to the turmoil in your country, we cannot employ you.
The heck?
This went to the Human Rights Tribunal and everything, and had to be dealt with. So these are real issues that black people are dealing with. So you can't be making. Imagine making a joke. Let me finish this point. Let me finish this point first. Imagine making a joke in Nazi Germany. Imagine making a joke. Actually, move past Nazi Germany. Imagine making a joke about what Jews went through, what Jews are currently going through while they're struggling, when all of their money, all of their art, all of their culture was robbed from them. Imagine making a joke about that while there's still ongoing issues specifically on that matter. There is discrimination.
We both didn't live in that era, so we actually don't know what was going on.
This thing with the Somalian guy,
here's the thing.
This is in our
you're drawing a parallel, right?
Exactly.
So what I'm telling you is you can't even compare it with that because you weren't even in that era. You don't know if niggas weren't having stand-up specials about it as it was happening.
But was it okay? Let me ask you that.
Bro,
doesn't make
comedy
it okay?
follows everything.
Comedy follows tragedy, and tragedy makes comedy most of the time.
Are we allowed to make?
Why do you think Dave Chappelle got
And I'm not
through
saying
all
that's
this
okay.
bullshit?
Are we allowed to make Nazi jokes now?
Why? Yes.
Is that?
I think it's
Fuck
okay.
yes.
No.
Why do you think?
I think comedy makes comedy makes tragic.
It's
makes tragedy
comedy
not
is
tragic.
my main coping
It's the
mechanism.
savior. Like it's.
Look, bro, if it was just tragedy, bro, we'd basically all be suicidal. Bro, you have to laugh about life, bro. Life is one big joke. If you don't laugh, you're literally just gonna be cheesed and depressed the entire time.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. It's one thing to be a black person making like jokes like that about our own group and what we go through. I laugh about. I can meet another nigga on the street and be like, yo, like, what's your experience? In terms of like being followed, like we all have that one experience of being followed in the store. It still happens today. We laugh about it. But it's another thing to say that what you're going through right now is worse than what another group is going through and laugh about it. And that's what his joke was on.
That's not an objective fact. That is your point of view.
No, it's not.
Some people, what I need to tell you is,
he literally
personally,
said, because it looks like we are going through
I'm not saying
more
it's
discrimination.
Not fucked up. I'm not saying it's not fucked
than
up.
everyone else. We're the ones being discriminated against now.
What I'm saying is,
how offensive is that?
What I'm saying is, personally, me, speaking from my own experience, I deal with things, no matter how traumatic they are, through comedy.
That's fine.
So
that's fine for you to deal with it.
Exactly.
But why is a white person dealing with your struggles with comedy?
Because that's
why
how.
Why is a white person laughing?
Why
is a white person laughing about
the
situation you're going through?
That's how they are.
He's making mockery of you. Or
They're
she.
Not. Is it mockery or is it raising awareness?
That's the way you're
How's
seeing.
That raising awareness?
Okay, let's say, Louis C.K., he says nigger straight up, right? Oh, look at these niggers, blah, blah, blah. To me, what I see is like, okay, so he's portraying a white man who doesn't see black people as equal. How fucking absurd is that? You're a nigger. Like, how stupid do you have to be to actually be in that state of consciousness where you don't see people as equal? That's what I see when he's using that word.
I think it's pretty ridiculous. But at the same time, we don't go around calling Jews the K word. We don't go around saying. We don't go around calling Asians the C word. Like these are all things that.
You want to know why?
People have suffered through things. So it's pretty disingenuous to kind of just.
Do you want to know why?
Kind of just toss it because let me tell you this: our great grandparents they
got called that.
They went through they were whipped.
But why hang on? It's not even our experience.
Here's the thing: you want to know why they don't get called that? Niggas just said fuck that word. It's irrelevant. Let's not niggas dropped it. Niggas dropped it.
It's like you saying
I think it's about respect.
My nigga, like yo, my nigga.
I think it's about respect.
Mainstream rap music.
Black people get the least respect out of everyone.
Don't say it to strangers. I'm saying don't go on the street and say, hey, you're this, you're that. Like, no, clearly not.
But
I didn't even know that guy who made that comment.
Louis C.K.?
No. The onboarding thing. This is my first day meeting him.
But he never said that.
The thing is, you're attaching a negative intent to what he did.
What if that's
just him actually being himself?
But
not even hating women or anything. That's just how he is.
But the thing
is,
you're not even trying to understand him. I'm not a fucking mind reader,
exactly,
right?
So stop assuming what his mind is.
So what I'm gonna take is what's going on in reality that's observable. I'm gonna use my objective.
I don't think that's a good
no.
point of
Let
reference.
me finish. Let me finish the explanation. I'm gonna use my objective way of thinking. I'm gonna use my objective way of thinking and look at what is going around me. If someone is actually not being hired because they're from Somalia, because they're African, how dare you make a joke
fucked.
about that?
That is fucked.
Oh, that's a whole different. That's that's a different.
You're jumping to like.
And if you look, they did an experiment in the States where this guy changed his name from a black name to a white name. Hispanic. He changed his name to a more white name. You have no idea how many callbacks he got.
Right.
This is a real issue.
Doesn't mean
I can't laugh about it.
Doesn't mean
if I'm
you
applying
can't.
for a job,
You can't.
if I'm applying for a job and I'm jobless, I can't fucking laugh about that because I spent so much time and money to put myself through engineering, all to be looked past because some guy says white people are being discriminated against.
I fully agree. It's still subjective.
It's
still subjective.
But when you get into subjective, it's like, where do you draw the line? Because some people truly are racist. So the only way, it's not
the
up
thing
to
is,
a
like,
black
you
person.
won't ever change their mind, ever.
That's where I disagree. Some people's minds change.
Some people.
There's always
rare.
there's always levels to it. Some people are so far down in the hole, they
can't
don't
be
have
saved.
enough life on this earth to change their mindset.
Yeah, they can't be saved. But that's the beauty. They die out.
And other people, we have the opportunity to grab them and say, hey, like, let's
Wake up.
Before they fall.
Let's spread cultural understanding.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, going back to what I said at the beginning of the podcast, that Canadians, like, we're very non-confrontational. So we have this fictitious peace that the whole world sees from the outside. We exude this peacefulness, but it's not real. Look at what's going on in Alberta. Look at what's going on in Quebec. Albertans want to separate, and yet so many people in Canada are laughing about it, making jokes and things like that. For me, I look at that situation, I'm like, man, let's put a human heart to it. Imagine working your whole life, feeding your family off of oil patch or whatever. That's the only job that's the only skill you have. So you're scared. You're like, is my family going to become homeless? Am I going to be able to put food on the table? Am I going to starve? Am I going to be outside in the Alberta cold? It gets really fucking cold there. These are all really valid concerns. What we need to do is we need to sit down and stop fucking laughing at people who have real worries and say, hey, climate change is real. We need to get rid of oil. With that said, we're not leaving you behind. We're in this together.
I totally understand.
And we're going to work together, and this is our plan to make sure that we get through this period of change in a very good way so that most people don't get left behind.
To agree with you, what I'll say about the thing, bro, first of all, nothing should be an absolute way all the time. Duality, everything needs balance. So joking all the time. The example I'm going to do is we'll kind of like reinforce that. It's like joking all the time, of course. It's not like if your house is burning, you're like, haha, let's laugh about it. Your house still gonna burn.
Later. Deal with it now.
Like after it's happened, you can laugh. Oh my God! Remember when my house burned?
That's when my humor kicks in.
But here's the thing: the reason why I agree with what you're saying, although like I think it shouldn't be like someone can't at work say something like they're not allowed to say that, because if they were black, you would have a different reaction. But
it depends on if I know them.
But what? If you know, whatever.
If I don't know you, and I'm in a professional meeting, my first professional environment with the skills and knowledge that I spent tens of thousands of dollars to develop.
So see, there's a lot of emotion involved.
So yeah, all of us. And then this is a professional work environment.
You work this long only to end up with niggas still being humans. Like all this money spent to still be hearing niggas saying dumb nigga shit.
See, I'm not putting myself through school. It's like, for me, money has never been my focus in life. Never. Mm-hmm. My whole focus has been the betterment of myself, my family, my community, and everyone else around me. If you talk to any one of my friends, I care really fucking deeply about everything around me. That's why I'm even sitting here today.
Yeah.
I said I almost cried I fucking cried. I bawled my eyes out when my sister came to me with that.
Makes sense.
I cried, bro. That hurts.
There's one thing going through that, but then there's one thing seeing someone you love going through it. It's even worse in some cases. But what I'm saying is the reason why joke is not always the ideal is because the entire 2015 we were laughing about Trump running.
Yeah.
Like the entire...
It's still funny looking back.
The entire like election campaign. We were like, ha ha ha. Barack Obama and celebrities read mean tweets. Reads a tweet about Barack Obama will probably go down as the worst president ever in the history of the United States. At real Donald Trump. Well, real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president. Drops the phone, people laugh, clap. Fast forward a year later.
And
that's a joke.
And that's
like a beautiful joke. Like in the context, like if someone said this to me and if I watch this in a movie,
it was smart. No, that's smart.
The thing.
That's smart.
But right the point where I agree with you is that the entire time we're not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And now we're like, oh fuck, he's president.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like it's a joke on us because we were laughing.
Yeah.
We were seeing it as a joke. So now the joke on us is that it wasn't a joke. It was like the nigga was actually gonna do it. He made it happen.
Yeah.
You know? So whatever.
I'm gonna talk about two things.
Hurry up though, we're running out of time.
Right. I'm gonna talk about the American election and the Canadian election. The American election, the reason why Donald Trump won is because there's so many people who have valid concerns because they're afraid. They're afraid of the future. They don't feel secure. And rather than us embracing them and trying to gain understanding and saying, hey, like, don't worry, we're not leaving you behind. We built everything. We're here together.
Yeah.
We're here together. So we're going to get through this together. We're not leaving you behind. Whatever concern you have, it's not a joke. It's not to be ridiculed. If you look at Canada, the reason why the Conservatives won the popular vote is because a lot of Canadians are also scared. Like I said, with Alberta and Manitoba, the whole West, they're scared. And what ended up happening is that it's not that we have good leaders. Trudeau didn't win because he's a great leader. Scheer didn't lose because he's a bad leader. Singh didn't lose because he's a bad leader. What actually ended up happening was that one side is afraid, the other side laughs, and then they look around and say, which side is not laughing at me? You back me up into that corner. That's the guy I'm going to go with. Even though the Conservatives have no serious plan to help these people to properly transition into a place where they can feel secure once more.
Yeah.
And if you look at, for example, the way that the media looked at black and brown people, we're looked at as a voter bloc, nothing more. And it was like, how's it going to affect the election? All this stuff. For us, it's kind of like, okay, who has the odds of winning? Trudeau or Scheer? Who has actually done more to show that they don't harbor hate towards someone who looks different from me? It's going to be Trudeau. Mm-hmm. So it's not that you hate one side. So it's not even that it's not even that you love the side that you're on.
Yeah.
It's like you have no other option.
Yeah, one gives you the security you're seeking. Yeah.
So our whole political system is so fucked because everyone is voting based on security.
In the moment.
We're not listening to each other.
Security in the moment too.
We're not trying to build
term.
understanding.
Yeah.
And that's what this world needs more of. We need to build understanding, have dialogue. If you keep a box sealed, we're not going to go anywhere. If you look at Quebec, how come every single leader is either not talking about the Religious Freedom Act or saying that they're not going to do anything about it? Because we're non-confrontational.
Quebec is such a weird place.
We're non-confrontational. We don't actually deal with the issue. Quebecers are scared.
Such weird people.
They're scared that they're being left behind in Canada. So they're trying to exude power through taking very drastic actions.
They're trying to be their own country. Like they're basically, that's how they see themselves.
Because they feel like they don't have power.
They're trying to compensate for their lack of security.
It's exactly what Donald Trump is.
By standing as tall as they can.
Donald Trump has a very, very small ego. And he himself, he projects all the strength and things like that because he feels insecure.
Yeah.
Small ego?
No, he has a big ego.
Sorry, big ego.
Yeah, he has a huge
big
ego.
Yeah.
And to compensate for his insecurities, he's extreme.
What we need to work on is making people feel actually secure and say that, hey, we have a real plan to make everyone inclusive. And I'll be honest, like, for me, if nothing changes in Quebec and no one actually challenges it, if I was a Muslim woman, my protests, this is my protest now as a black man to the situation. I already have my idea thought out. If I was a Muslim woman, you see that card that says, what's your religion?
Sorry.
I'm going to put nothing on there, first of all. Right. And by putting nothing, like, at the end of the day, that paper means nothing. What matters is my relationship with me and whichever God or faith that you believe in.
Yeah.
So as long as you know it's real, whatever that paper says, it's meaningless. And I'm going to walk into my teaching job or my police job with a hijab on. And then if they ask me to get out, I'll be like, who said it's a religious symbol? I don't have a religious affiliation. It's just a scarf. And then you take it to the Supreme Court and then you say, are Canadians not allowed to wear scarves anymore?
Genius.
It's a scarf. Like, that's all it is. Like, niggas just attach labels to the scarf.
Exactly.
You just call it a hijab instead of scarf.
You put the Muslim on it. You put a different word you put a different word from another language,
and then now it's not
people
allowed.
Become, oh my God.
Yeah.
They hear us,
bro. It's
they
ideas.
Hurt us.
It's fucking
I'm scared.
Ideas. It's ideas. We cannot not attach ourselves to something. Here's a scarf, but it's on this person who fucking prays 5 times a day and believes in a different Bible than ours. Let's ban it. So now we don't even see it as a scarf. We see what it represents and the fear that comes with that, right?
Wow.
So
the
it's
fear.
So let's
I couldn't have put it better myself.
I'm gonna end it with this, bro. It's like, just be, bro. Just be. It's like, bro, walk down the street, find the next stranger or friend that you have, say you are to them. Watch how they just lose their shit and freak out. I am what? We always want to add something behind it. I'm not doing anything I'm doing in terms of career, like what I'm doing, seeing myself as a black man trying to make it. I'm just fucking doing.
I'm just trying to do shit. I'm trying to save the planet, bro.
That's
why
doing.
I'm studying my program.
You know, it's like I'm not a black man trying to make it. That enforces the idea that there's a glass ceiling for me.
Yeah.
Jay is fucking in the 1%. Why would I even see myself? Why would I even doubt my ability to fucking be in the levels that Steve or Bill Gates or any of those guys are? The reason why they're there is because their family was, unfortunately, happened to be the ones to dominate the world. So now they believe that they can take over shit. Mm-hmm. What does that result to? The majority of people who run shit end up being them because they were taught they can.
Yeah.
We weren't taught we could.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's not about blaming them. It's about changing our mindset.
I think it's a very dynamic thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just about changing our mindset and to seeing ourselves as people who can. Because you cannot tell me you're oppressed right now. Bro, you cannot tell me as a black man that you're oppressed. No. Jay did not do this. Kanye did not do this. Tyler did not do this. Those niggas did not do this, bro. Those niggas Obama didn't do this for you to think you're oppressed, bro.
I wouldn't be so strong to make. I wouldn't be so sure to make a statement like that.
But the idea that you're oppressed makes it real. Like, that's why I've been saying I'm going into everything. I don't even see myself as a black person going into something.
I see what you mean in the sense that, like, we like you put that into yourself. I think the thing to remember most is that develop your character as a human being first and foremost.
Exactly.
Not as a white person, as a black person.
As a label.
Everything else is secondary.
You just are.
It's part of who you are, but develop yourself. Work on yourself as a human being.
Yes, don't be a shit. Work on not being a shit human.
Yeah. Work on being a good human being.
Like,
the
all
best
this
human
shit,
you could be,
like,
right?
Exactly.
It's all spiritual bypass. Like, you having to, oh, look at this guy, he's black. Well, like, no, like, figure it out within yourself. It's not the outside that's the problem. It's you that is creating this problem within yourself and projecting it.
I think it's like a dual. It's like a yin and yang. It's like a little dance.
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
Like the outside affecting the in, and then the inside
affecting
the out.
Because the thing is, bro, within all of these different races, as the races are clashing, there's clashes within the races.
Oh.
Light skin versus black skin, Bloods versus Crips, Japanese
Soccer
versus
basketball
Chinese.
becomes Knicks versus
It's a competition.
Niggas killing each other over whose team they like. Niggas fighting over this, that. White person gets mad because his Starbucks had almond milk instead of 2%.
Bro, I don't even get mad when Liverpool loses anymore.
Oh shit.
It's
Like,
fucking.
like, oh, shit.
It's
We'll get
just.
him next time.
Karen's house is bigger than mine. Like it's always. It's in the end, it's not black people versus white people. It's just human. It's just a family having little arguments. We're just one big family in the end, bro. If we learn that a fucking asteroid is coming to, and that asteroid, if it hits Earth, is going to destroy and kill humanity, all of that race shit disappears.
Yeah.
All of those different fucking things that we separate each other with, bro. It's just a little game we're playing.
We'll actually apologize to each other for all the hate we put each other through.
We forget about everything and do our best as humanity to try to stop that thing from killing us.
Bro, this makes like, and Dada was saying like why yoga is a revolution of like everything, because it all starts within. Like if you're not gonna take the initiative to actually
put yourself in that discomfort.
Put yourself in that discomfort. Like, how are you going to benefit society at all?
And that's what I
small
love.
Too.
That's what I love about meditation. I do a lot of meditation myself. I've been doing that.
Feels like a fight
more recently.
It's like a fight with your ego.
You are fighting with yourself because you know that at the end of it, you're gonna gain more from it than the discomfort from having to listen to whatever
people
is going
put in your
on.
head.
Exactly,
because none of your thoughts are you.
You try to. What you have to do is that as your thoughts, your monkey brain is gonna keep running and throwing shit at you, but you kind of have to put a block and say,
observe.
It's
just be.
It's just observe.
It's just happening.
Just let it pass.
It's
through.
just a happening.
And then you're
right?
observing it objectively for what it is. Like, what is that? What does that mean?
And that's what I mean by the letting go of like all of the race shit. It's just passing.
Yeah.
It's just
and
passing.
a lot of it is like,
look at it. It's trash. That's an ugly fish. Throw it back in the water.
And yes,
why do you hold on to
meditation,
the fish?
like that practice. Like yes, you're being passive, just watching things, but it has so much practical value. Like,
Oh yeah,
so much, bro.
Yeah. It's helped me through so much, man.
Decision making,
so much.
like workplace, like focus, stress,
anxiety.
bro.
What do you do on Thursdays, 4 to 5?
I work like fucking in the middle of nowhere.
Oh fuck.
So sometimes I get a ride from a coworker, and if she gives me a ride, it takes me 20 minutes.
Okay.
If I have to take OT transpo,
like
it can take anywhere between an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Jesus.
Ooh, I hate those ones.
So, if I get a ride in the morning, then I'm done by like just past 3. Then I can like bus over.
Yeah.
And do something. But on top of that, one of my biggest focus right now is helping out my sister, because my mom never finished high school, so she has difficulty like trying to help my sister with her homework and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So one of the important things that I make a point is being there for her to help her through through like the math and the science and like the English and things like that, because for someone who never finished high school or like who's not fully educated, although you might be doing things like the way that you should be doing, it's all subconscious. You know how to do the right subconscious, but if someone says explain this to me, you won't be able to.
Yeah. And that's the most important,
that's the
right?
difference. Yeah,
because that's how they'll understand it, and it'll become subconscious to them.
Yeah.
You need the person who understands it, can break it down.
Yeah, we got to take care of our sisters. We got to take care of our brothers.
Bro. That's beautiful, but also teach her that she's not a black girl. Teach her that she is a fucking powerful human being, capable of the same shit that fucking insert powerful white woman or insert powerful man, not even white woman. Insert what most powerful man. Tell her she's no different.
I'll do you one better.
She's different in
every
that
day.
nigga.
Every day, I tell my sister, there's nothing she can't do.
Good.
She's a beautiful black woman.
Yes, bro.
And if she wants to be like I'm a fucking nerd with my sister. I even watched like space launch. I watched
you saw I
watched the launch of
the Falcon?
Tesla's
The Falcon?
Yeah, the Falcon rocket. And you should have seen her reaction. It's so beautiful.
Watching that was wild.
I have to share that with other people. It's so
Watching
beautiful.
that was so wild. Because
I have a niece.
I don't think anyone understood how crazy that nigga fucking launched a rocket and landed
brought it back down.
And landed it. And you know how many people told him he couldn't do it?
Everyone.
Not a single person believed he could except himself.
Yeah.
Bro, to be that crazy, that's literally what I call a crazy person.
And we need to have examples like that, black, white, brown. We need to look at all those people
Yes.
as
Jay
human
is an
beings and
example.
say, these people believe in themselves. I try and surround my sister with things to let her know that like she's powerful. My mom and we were walking through Costco at one point, and we stumbled across a book about a black woman and all the amazing things that black women have done, and we're like, bet we're picking that shit up.
Yeah.
She read the book and she loved it.
Good. She needs to.
She
Yeah,
loved
bro.
it.
She needs to like. You can't allow that, bro. That 400 years needs to like stop being that ingrained.
We're more
into black
powerful
people.
than we even can imagine.
We're as
Bro,
powerful
all your cells
as anyone
in your body
else.
have a mind of their own. Each group of cells have a mind of their own, and this thing in your head controls all of that.
Controls all of that and
So
more.
you can control that with like concentration.
more.
Like develop your concentration power. You literally, there isn't a single thing you can do.
Oh, that's for a solo episode. I'm gonna talk to you about that. 'Cause yesterday, bro, that essay, bro, like that was my first time actually doing distraction-free work in like probably like 3-4 months, where I didn't check my phone during my work.
Bro, even this morning I finished an assignment in like an hour. No music,
it's
no nothing.
crazy what you can get done, bro.
flow.
But let's end it with this. You are a part of Earth, which is a part of the solar system, which is a part of the galaxy, which is a part of the cluster of galaxies, which is a part of the universe. You being a part of it means that you are it. The universe created the beauty that is the universe. That is what we watch. You are the universe. What the fuck stops you from creating something as beautiful or as grand, right? So black, white, black, you are the universe. That's what you are. That's what I am means. The I am with nothing after.
It also
I am
means
everything.
you are everything you put your consciousness into. If you believe
am
something is possible, you
everything.
are it, and from that faith, you will become it, no matter what.
And I'm a really cheesy guy, and I'm also a tea guy. I'm a cheesy tea guy.
Oh, you're
and,
cheesy tea guy.
And there's a tea brand that I always get, and there's a quote on it. And every morning
fire.
when I get to work,
You read it.
I read it. You know, it's a little feel good in the morning.
Fire.
And
What does it say? Is it
the
here
quote?
right
This is a tea that I'm
Oh,
drinking,
shit,
and there's a quote
nigga.
on.
Read it.
Let's end on this.
yeah,
note.
let's end it on this one. And then say, give us money
And
after.
it actually aligns with exactly what you're saying.
Closing
It's like
statements? Before,
serendipity.
this is the last thing you're going to say.
all
So
this
any closing
synchronicity.
statements?
Jeez.
Closing statement. Everyone needs to take the time to listen, to understand, and know that, hey, I don't experience what someone else goes through. So I need to accept my ignorance in someone else's life, about someone else's life. And the only way that you're ever going to learn is by knowing that you know nothing.
Admitting ignorance, yes.
If you don't admit you know nothing, you will never learn.
You know, that's when the biggest technological like boom happened in the Europe before they started exploring and started fucking slavery, is when they were like, oh shit, Europe isn't all that there is. We don't know shit. Let's go explore.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
So the power of like admitting ignorance is a fucking huge power.
Yeah, I agree. And
So-
honestly, that's what has allowed me to learn so much and be interested in so many different things. Like I love history, politics, engineering, science, technology.
Polymath.
It's crazy. There's
all of
so
that.
much
I
to
love
know.
that.
Like there's way too much to know.
And your
It's
lifetime-
beautiful.
Yeah.
And even if you go through your entire lifetime trying to figure out, you won't learn all of it.
Not even a fraction.
Yeah.
Because we haven't even
And
gotten
that's
into the
amazing.
non-material realm yet.
That's amazing.
We haven't even started that yet. Anyways, read that, bro. Thank you for coming.
So,
Say, give us money right after.
don't worry, I'm securing the bag. The quote says, "If you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere." This is a quote by Vincent van Gogh. Yeah.
That nigga killed himself. That's even more beautiful. But his paintings are the most beautiful. It's crazy how someone so depressed made such beautiful paintings.
You know, there's something to be said about the human spirit. It's always dying to express itself.
That's very true.
And for Van Gogh, it was, for him, art was his outlet to express the emotions that he was going through, because there was so much that was going wrong around him.
Mm-hmm.
There was so much that was going wrong around him, and he was even an outcast within the art community itself. And if people would have appreciated his talent, his difference,
Yeah, before he died. Jesus Christ.
like, imagine how much more beautiful art that we would have with us. And that's a reminder that treat everyone with respect and love, Because you don't know what the fuck they're going through.
Yeah, you don't know what's going on up there, bro.
We don't.
Just assume you don't understand anything. Just assume you don't understand the other person. You can't judge them. You can't judge them. Bro, just assume there's something to learn from them.
Yeah.
And you'll stop seeing them as like pieces of shit.
Yeah.
But it's funny because he got his shit got popular after he died, which is very sad.
Yeah.
But I believe
very,
that
very sad.
death isn't necessarily real because he's still alive today.
You come back.
He's right here living.
He's expressing himself.
He's right
till
there.
today.
He's
through
right
his
there.
quotes.
So, thank you. Cool. Sick. Give us money.
Give me I am.